If you're a normal person, then the statement that atheists believe that there is no God makes perfect sense to you and you don't think anything of it. However, if you're a pathologically cynical atheist, then you'll say, no. Atheists don't believe that God does not exist. Atheists just don't believe in God. And to most sane people, that'll sound a little bit confusing. And you'll say, well, what's the difference? And the difference is that if you believe that God does not exist, that's an assertion. That's an actual claim that you have to defend and you have to justify with reason and rationality. However, if you just don't believe God exists, that's not a claim. You're denying someone else's claim. You're not making a claim. So the atheist, the pathologically cynical atheist, makes a distinction between believing God does not exist and not believing God exists, while the rest of us see no difference. Because atheists they're pathological cynics. They're only about denying what other people have to offer. They avoid any obligation whatsoever to actually defend their point of view, to actually justify their belief. If you ask an atheist, why shouldn't I believe in God? They can't give you an answer. All they can do is tell you, I just don't believe. And they, all right, fine, you just don't believe. But then why should I shut up about it if I do believe? They give you no reason not to believe in God, and they feel no obligation to give you any reason not to believe in God. Now, as an irreligious theist who doesn't have to go by any particular religion's view, my belief is that the perception of a higher power that we've naturally evolved through natural selection to be able to become better adapted to our environment can be trusted. It guided us this far. We can continue following it as a guide. I don't see any reason not to believe in this evolved common sense. God is literally common sense, not common knowledge. God is not a concept that somebody made up. God is a common sense. We all sense it. We are all born and evolved with this neurochemical process that makes us perceive God, and it has guided us to become more evolved, to become better adapted to our environment. So why shouldn't I believe that it's real? The atheist feels no obligation whatsoever to actually present a positive argument to convince me not to believe in God. They simply say, I don't believe. They're pathologically cynical. All they do is deny. And I want you to think about that. I want you to think closely about that. They never offer any positive thing. They never have to defend themselves. They never have to defend themselves against criticism. All they do is criticize, right? All they do is accuse. You dig? All they do is accuse. They are accusers. They do not defend. They accuse. There's another famous accuser in religion that the atheists are emulating, even if they don't know it, even if they don't admit it. They are accusers. They defend nothing. They don't actually stand for any cohesive worldview. And I've been arguing with atheists online for years now, and I'm telling you, these people, they do not believe in anything. They even redefine their words, like believe and faith, as if they don't believe anything or have faith in anything. Now, if you go outside and you look up at the sun, it's pretty clearly evident to anybody looking up that the sun is the thing that's moving across the sky. The reason why we believe that the earth goes around the sun and the sun doesn't go around the earth is not because it's common sense. It's because it's common knowledge. We trusted people. We had faith in people who told us that the earth goes around the sun. We had faith in those people. The vast majority of people, if not pretty much every layman who isn't a scientist who believes that the earth goes around the sun, is taking it on faith, including the atheists. They're all taking it on faith. We take the vast 99.9% of the information we think we know, we are taking on faith from other people. Atheists are pathological cynics who can't admit that. That's why they refuse to defend any view. All they do is attack other people's views. I've had this problem a million times. I've made a million arguments. Well, not a million, but I've made a few arguments And every single time, the atheist, when push comes to shove, and I say, okay, can you admit this? Can you admit that we have this that we've evolved the perception of a higher power to guide us to become better adapted to evolve? Can you admit that? The atheist says, oh, atheism just means I don't believe in God. They're pathological, cynical, narcissistic, immoral, wrong. Atheism is wrong. It's morally wrong. It's factually wrong. It's absurd. We've got to get away from it. It's got to go the way of the flat earth. It's destroying, that is the fundamental thing destroying our civilization, is that we are no longer taking the higher power that we all perceive to become better evolved, better adapted to reality. We're all ignoring it, and that's why we are less and less adapted to reality. That's why that's why all these absurdities are being thrown around, and nobody has any common ground to stand on, because there is no common ground with atheism. Atheism is a lack of ground. So that's why nobody knows anything. That's why nobody can say anything. Nobody can be sure of anything. You could pretty much, I'm a turtle. I can tell you I'm a turtle, and there's somebody somewhere who's going to, in a university, who's going to support that. If he's a turtle and he really believes he's a turtle, who are we to say he's wrong? Atheism is absurd. Once you stop believing in God, you cannot believe in anything else. Atheism has got to go to the way of the flat earther. Please like, subscribe, comment. Thank you.